A mostly cloudy and blustery good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Quite a day today versus what it was yesterday. And, of course, we've got a lot more weather to contend with today going through the afternoon and into the evening hours. Things really cooled down fast after about 6:30 this morning here in the Great Lakes Bay area. And before that, we had quite a bit of severe weather in southern Michigan in particular. The southwest corner, tornadic activity reported there, and a tornado reported in the Grand Blanc area about quarter after 1:30 this morning. So severe weather, thunderstorm activity, a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder here in the Great Lakes Bay area as the system moved through, and some precipitation as well. We'll talk a little bit more about all of that in just a moment. Matthew Lester started the morning off this morning at 58 degrees right after midnight. Where are we right now?
Yeah, so over at the airport, it's cloudy at 23. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 24. Here at Radio Center, we have flurries at 25. We have west winds at 26, gusting up to 41 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 29.56, and it's rising.
A little bit earlier this morning when we were looking at 50s and low 60s, you didn't have to go too far to the west, and temperatures really began to chill down. Wind chills in Minneapolis, St. Paul this morning at about the time we were at 57, 58 degrees. The wind chills were at 15 below zero there. Chicago had a temperature in the mid-70s yesterday. This morning, they had a wind chill of 15. And down in St. Louis, Missouri, if you remember yesterday, at noon, we were talking about temperatures 82 degrees in St. Louis, Missouri. One of the outskirts was at 88. And now this morning, St. Louis had a temperature, a wind chill of 16.
Yeah, on the way into work, my mom said, man, Mother Nature must be going through something. She's been extremely bipolar the last few days.
Yeah. Bipolar, on drugs, whatever you want to say. It's been pretty crazy as far as our weather goes. And it's been that way ever since, last fall, quite frankly. But as we're moving into the day today, temperatures will continue to drop. The wind will continue. We're looking, as Matthew said, wind gusts of 41. We'll pick up a few more miles per hour moving into the afternoon. And then finally tonight, it'll simmer down to the fact of a wind chill still in single digits, 17 for a low tonight. And we'll have a west wind gusting up to 35 miles per hour. So that's why we're going to have the wind chill we will be looking at. But tomorrow, rolling into the morning hours, sunshine will be moving in, upper 30s, right around 40 for a high tomorrow. Latest projections are indicating 36 degrees. I think it is going to be a little bit warmer than that. And then clear skies tomorrow night, 28. So once again, we'll be running above average. And then moving into the weekend, quite a bit above average as well. Record breaking yesterday. We mentioned it that it would happen, and it was happening about noon yesterday already. 74 was our high, 48 was our low. That turned out to be the warmest ever, 27th of February, smashing an old record that was set way back in 1932 and tied in 2018. Now, the coldest ever was set back in 2014, 10 years ago. 18 was our high and 8 below zero was our low. We should be normal, 36 in the afternoon, 21 at night. 61 is the record high on this date, set back in 2018. We were about 3 degrees shy of that right after midnight this morning. The record low on this date is 8 below zero, and that was set, as we mentioned before, in 2014. A little bit more on the weather. But before we let him get away, let's find out what's going on in New York with Steve Anderson at Baird & Company. Steve, good morning.
And good morning to you, sir.
What are we looking at in New York?
Well, we got a little bit of red ink with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 90 points, putting it at 38,884, volume 271 million shares, while the NASDAQ is down 41, putting it at 15,995, and volume there is 409 million shares.
And the tip of the day, what do you think, Steve?
Well, the tip of today, everybody is talking about the various risks that they need to worry about. Most generally, they're worried about the value of their portfolio in dollars and cents now. But the biggest risk that a lot of people have to worry about is actually longevity risk. Will that money that you have last as long as you do? There are more and more centenarians around now. Michigan has somewhere around 1,800 people 100 and older. Well, to me, it wasn't that long ago that Willard Scott used to be on TV every Friday talking about the person that turned 100 that week. Well, with as many as we have now, there's a whole lot more turning all the time. And to make sure that your money lasts as long as you do, you need to take some special precautions. And so it probably would make some sense to talk to a planner who could help you with that so that you don't wind up trading in one risk for another one.
And that trainer just very possibly could be you, right?
It sure could be. You could call us right here at Baird & Company in Saginaw, where the telephone number is 989-790-5724, or in Midland, it's 989-839-9035. You can also find us on the web at rwbaird, that's BAIRD.com, and then you can look for the rep or the branch that you want to find.
Very good. Steve Anderson, you have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
I will. Stay warm, will you?
I'm working at it. I brought the winter coat in, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I like that 60 stuff from yesterday better.
Yeah. Steve Anderson over at Baird & Company. We talk about the warm temperatures and how warm it was here yesterday, breaking all sorts of records. They broke a record we mentioned a little bit earlier. West Plains, Missouri, 88 degrees was the high there. St. Louis peaked out at 86. Milwaukee, Wisconsin broke a record, 74. Detroit, 73. Green Bay, 70. Looking at a place called Killeen, Texas, 100 degrees yesterday. And then the other spectrum here, we're looking at Minneapolis, St. Paul. A little bit earlier this morning, feels like temperature of 13 below zero. Bemidji, also in that northern tier, 26 below zero wind chill. Bismarck, North Dakota had a wind chill of -8. A little bit earlier this morning. And Marquette started off at wind chill of 12 below zero. Taking a look at the radar, we are looking at snow showers, snow flurry activity over a good part of the eastern third of the Upper Peninsula and around the Marquette area. Heavy band of snow being reported right now, Traverse City, Cadillac, that's moving east toward I-75. And that corridor, Muskegon down to the border, there's a strip of heavy snow moving in an easterly direction. Again, all of that lake effect type activity. Long range, take us all the way through the 12th of March, much above average temperatures, slightly above on the moisture. More coming up after we take a quick break here. Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michaels R Crop Insurance Agency. Get ready, Mr. Farmer. Mother Nature is pulling all sorts of tricks. Don't be surprised if you have to contend with those all the way through the growing season. That's why you should be talking with the Michaels R Crop Insurance Agency and get that risk managed properly. They are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance, and you can get a hold of their agents on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in Reese, 989-868-4722. That's the Michaels R Crop Insurance Agency. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. And Cody, what's going on with our markets today?
Good morning, everybody. Got a little bit of a mixed bag here today. I thought when I came in this morning I'd have nothing but bad news again, but actually the market's kind of flipped here today. Corn and soybeans have kind of continued the little up that it had yesterday. Wheat's taking a hit here this morning, though, Terry. Kind of getting right into it. We got cash wheat. Like I said, that's taking a hit. That's down 7 here at the moment. 557 on the white, 467 on the red. New crop wheat, that's down 5, 576 on the white, 496 on the red. Looking at cash corn, that's up 5 at the moment at 334. New crop corn, that's up 4 at 399. Looking at soybeans, cash soybeans are up 9 at 1055, and new crop soybeans are up 8 at 1058.
I guess I'm kind of curious. Why did you think we were going to take a big hit before you got in this morning?
Oh, it just seems like the last 3 or 4 times I've been talking on the show, it seems like the market's been down, so I thought that train would keep rolling.
But not the case anyway as far as the corn and the beans are concerned. It's nice to see them moving up a little bit, but wheat is taking around the chin pretty good. Evidently, there's a report floating out there somewhere.
Yeah, and like I said, it's nice to see. Corn especially has really been kind of in no man's land. Last little bit kind of in limbo trading. Up and down a couple pennies, so it's nice to see that up. Beans as well, they've really kind of been sliding here the last month or so. More or less, it's got to do with it. Kind of been watching here the last day or two. It's more around that attention, really, in the market's turn to those wildfires down in kind of the western U.S. plains in the Texas Panhandle and Oklahoma. So that's where corn and beans are really seeing that kind of pressure come from. But other than that, wheat's just really just getting hit, and that's more fundamental pressure from traders just taking short positions on wheat right now.
All right, Cody, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you as well. Appreciate it, Terry.
You bet. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The market report brought to you by the folks at some bank serving the needs of agriculture for well over 125 years. They've got 13 locations now to serve you even better all across the Great Lakes Bay region and Michigan's thumb. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. And by Schaefer and Beerline, those new Ram 1500s, the Ram heavy-duty pickups, the ProMaster vans, the Ram commercial trucks. Yeah, you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is. Well, now's the time to see them. Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. Good morning, Doug. What are we looking at?
Well, got a lot of things going on today. The market's pulling back a little bit, stock market-wise. Commodities kind of floating up a little bit, except for wheat, obviously. Energy kind of flattish. Precious metals, not so great. Newmont hit a new low today, but kind of barely punching back to the positive. So maybe that mining thing is getting close to over. Bitcoin hit $61,760 as we speak. Unbelievable. That train is rolling. Holy mac.
Wow.
That seems to be the theme of the day, every day, though. You know, you get a market moving in one direction and they just pour billions and billions and billions of dollars after it. So you get overly pessimistic and you get overly optimistic. Pessimistic being in the grains and optimistic being in the stock market. But that's the way it goes. That's capitalism, as they say. Harvard has taken on $1.65 billion in debt. That's only because of that woke thing that they went through. I think it's really funny that they lost all those donations because they're woke. So, no. Oh, and your favorite, Beyond Meat, is up like 41% today.
Really?
And that's not a big deal. I mean, it's $11 a share, down from $240 2 years ago. So it's not exactly in anybody's portfolio as a winner. But yeah, I guess they're going to raise prices. I remember hearing some stuff that Gates is really into this fake meat stuff.
Well, that's why I was wondering, is he still
Yeah.
involved in this stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah. And so he's probably behind it just a lot of it, and probably maybe somewhat thinking that this might be his next Moderna or whatever other thing he's got up his sleeve. So it's just one to watch. I mean, who knows? There's a massive short position in that, and so there's probably a huge opportunity for him once he gets the short sellers on their back again. Once he gets that train rolling, who knows where it goes? And one of my favorite hated food stocks, G&G Foods, is up 20% today. Hallelujah! There's the first time I've seen a food stock going up in, God, I don't even know when. They've been so bad along with the commodity prices. So
Yeah.
maybe that's a light at the end of that tunnel. Anyway, here are your numbers. The March corn is 413.5, up 5 1/4. July corn 440 1/4, up 4 1/2. March soybeans 1143 3/4, up 12 1/2. July soybeans 1160 3/4, up 9 1/4. March wheat is 577 3/4, down 8 1/4. July wheat 580 1/4, down 6. Crude oil 78.29, down 58 cents. Heating oil is 262.38, down 7 1/4 cents. Gasoline is 254.84, that's down 4 1/2 cents. I did a little calculation on E85 versus regular gas, and I come up with the fact that being ethanol is $1.51 a gallon and gasoline wholesale is $2.34. At 85% ethanol, we should be paying $1.64 plus taxes, etc. So maybe $2.30 to $2.50 for E85. I don't know where it is, but I doubt that it's that. Anyway,
I know of one place where it is, but the majority of them, no, they're not that low.
Yeah. Anyway, so maybe there's opportunity. I don't even know if they make a flex fuel very much anymore. I mean, I remember back in 16, 17, but I don't know if the new ones. I mean, they're kind of looking more towards hybrids. Anyway, so natural gas is $1.85.5. That is up 4 1/2 cents a million. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3573 Canadian. That's up 46 ticks. Dollar buys 150.70 yen. That's up 26. The euro's at 108.37, down 7 ticks. Dollar's at 103.98. That's up 15 1/2. Gold's at $2,041.70, down $2.40. Silver's $22.50, down 15 cents. Platinum's $8.82, down $15.
You have a good one, Doug.
Yep, you too.
Take care. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. It doesn't matter which crop you cultivate. You want to increase your profits and grow your business. Aqueous is a clear liquid. It can be added to any of your current cultivation application methods. Works well with other chemistries and can be applied in the same application with no additional effort or labor costs. And it is proven to work on your crops. Check them out. Go online. Aqueous.com. That's AQUEUS.com. Check out their return on investment calculator and see for yourself. Or you can give them a call at 231-412-2420. Aqueous. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Just stop by any of their conveniently located offices and find out how they can be your hometown financial solution. FrankenmuthCU.org. It's that time of the year, Matthew. It's syrup time. Maple syrup time.
I mean, hey, I like syrup, maple syrup.
Oh, you bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency joining us right now. Let's talk a little bit about syrup season.
Yes, Terry, it is. The trees are moving in that wind today, but a lot of those trees have been tapped already, and the syrup season has begun. I know the Rummel Group tapped theirs probably the earliest they ever have a few weeks ago. So if you're one of those folks that has a sugar bush out in the woods and you're going to be selling your syrup, whether it's through a roadside stand or maybe a retailer that you locally know, make sure you're checking with your insurance agent to have the proper coverage in place, because like I always say, the farm policy is designed to work with a farm, but as soon as you start doing something maybe not exactly farming related, you need to check and make sure the policy is doing what you want it to do.
Yeah, good idea. And have the boys set a pint away for me, okay?
We can do that for sure, Terry. Matthew, too?
Oh, well, yeah, Matthew loves the syrup.
I mean, hey, I'll take some.
All right. Well, we can set you guys up.
Yeah, fantastic. Pancakes, French toast, all that stuff never tasted better than with that Rummel maple syrup. You take care. Have a good one, Craig. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We'll be right back, but first this. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. And if you're interested in PC Ag Solutions 2020 training, they're going to have next week 2 days devoted to that. Tuesday, March the 5th from 9 till noon and 1 to 4. And then Wednesday, March the 6th. Also 9 to noon and 1 till 4. To register for the training and get more information, just call them up, 989-868-4444. That's PC Ag Solutions. If you need some tree trimming done, well, especially after these winds, you're going to have a lot of stuff to pick up and very possibly want to do some trimming. Legendary Tree Care can help you out. Remember, no job is too big or too small. They are fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com. That's where you can go for more information or like them on Facebook. Up now, we have who, Matthew?
Up next, we have Bill Webster from Nutrien Ag. Mr. Webster, how are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Bill, I'll tell you, up until this morning, I had some people telling me, geez, did any sugar beets go in the ground yesterday afternoon?
It's possible. You never know.
Boy, you never know. It's way ahead of schedule, but Mother Nature dictates a lot of times what we're going to do. And I don't know. Should guys be concerned about moving ahead a little quickly this year?
Well, I think they should take a look at what the weather's going to do in long rangey and make decisions, but let's not jump the gun too much. It is still February.
Yeah.
Get some field work done. Stuff's drying out. And I was on a farm yesterday where the guy had his manure pits already emptied out and spread and tilled in. So those type of jobs are things we can do in this kind of weather.
Yeah. What else should farmers be trying to get wrapped up before we really roll into spring?
I think trying to get their fertilizer lined up and delivered, chemicals lined up and delivered. Seed should be delivered by now, and except some straggling stuff. But try to get all that stuff in the shed where they can store it and be ready to go.
There you go. Bill Webster, you take care. Good to talk. We'll talk again soon, okay?
All right. Thanks, Harry.
You bet. Bill Webster with Nutrien Ag. We'll be right back.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. For the Caggianos, it's keeping their yard pristine with the John Deere Z530M Z-Track mower. Because for them, it's not just a yard, it's a brewery where friends and family can get together.
jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
We're definitely outdoor people.
They run the only farm-to-pint brewery on Long Island, harvest their own hops, and keep things tidy for their guests.
People say, what are you? Are you a farmer or a brewer? So I say, I'm a farmer brewer.
When you love what you do, it's not really work.
Work and play kind of meld together for us, so it's like very satisfying to finish the giant tract of lawn and have it look beautiful when you're finished.
Run with us on a Z530M mower and start telling your story.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Horse owners, trainers, and veterinarians agree there is an equine feed available designed to prevent colic, breaks down quickly in the body so its nutrients are used rather than lost. It's called Total Feeds, and total horse care begins with Total Feeds. Bianca Berchtold, who's one of the top U.S. dressage riders in the world, finds that Total Feeds is best for her horses and gives her a competitive advantage, too. See for yourself. You can even become a dealer. If you are a horse owner, get all the details. Go online to mrftotalequine.com. That's mrftotalequine.com. Or call this number, 833-750-0750. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields. And certified crop advisor Vic Huffer to answer any questions that you might have. They've been serving folks since 1983. Serving you is their business at Freeland Bean and Grain. And if you're getting that tractor ready for the work this spring, older tractor, you need it to run, or you just want to show it off, Steiner Tractor can help you out. 800-234-3280. New parts for old tractors made easy at steinertractor.com. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kafin. Supreme Court Justice is getting a lesson today on bump stocks.
The definition of automatically, I think everybody agrees, is by means of a self-regulating mechanism. That's what a bump stock is.
Deputy Solicitor General Brian Fletcher describing the devices that turn semi-automatic weapons into machine guns. A federal ban on them imposed during the Trump years is being challenged by a Texas gun shop owner. His attorney, Jonathan Mitchell, contends they're not self-regulating.
It is all being done by the shooter. There is no automating device. Mr. Fletcher has yet to identify any device in the non-mechanical bump stock that automates any task.
Fast-growing wildfires are causing damage in the Texas Panhandle. CBS's Omar Villafranca is covering.
Kelsey Benuelos evacuated her home in Canadian with her 2 young children, her husband, and animals.
Oh my gosh.
Hours later, she learned that the place she called home for 7 years burned to the ground.
It was heartbreaking. I broke down, but I mean, we were safe. It's just stuff. It can be replaced, but it's still a gut punch.
The fires stretched into western Oklahoma, where more than 30,000 acres have burned so far.
They're cleaning up from storm damage in parts of Illinois as winds intensify and temperatures drop in other parts of the nation's midsection. Odyssey meteorologist Craig Allen.
The current tornado watch and some severe thunderstorm warnings, they run from about Columbus, Ohio, down to Charleston, West Virginia, and into the northern sections of Tennessee, just around the Nashville area.
The White House calls a new executive order the most significant action any president has taken to protect data. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
It authorizes the Attorney General to prevent the large-scale transfer of that data to countries of concern. This focuses on biometric, personal health, and financial data that can be used by malicious actors to blackmail or scam Americans.
According to a copy of his opening statement, Hunter Biden has told Republicans in Congress today his father was not involved in his business dealings. CBS's Scott McFarland.
The extended interview today will not be videotaped. There'll be a transcript kept, and eventually, at some later date, a transcript released. But it's unclear what happens next after the Hunter Biden interview toward any impeachment article against President Biden.
Well, 3,000 unionized workers at Kroger stores in Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia have begun voting on a possible strike.
If we do go out, there's a darn good reason why we go out. We don't go out just because we want to. We go out because they've made us.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 74 points. The S&P is down 4, and the NASDAQ is down 46. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies, windy and 24 degrees at 12:03. Good afternoon. I'm Mike Percha. The Grand Blanc Police Department has provided an update on the tornado early this morning. Officials say the tornado touched down near Dort and Reed around 1:20 a.m., proceeding east and ending in Atlas Township. There was significant damage to houses in the area. Several large trees were knocked down, and debris from damaged buildings from the tornado were scattered and thrown in the path of the storm. No one was injured in the storm. Over 3,000 are without power in that area. Consumers Energy is reporting more than 13,000 without power in total. A road rage incident in Sterling Heights led to a shooting involving 3 women. The shooting happened around 6:30 Tuesday night in the parking lot of a Carrabba's Italian Grill on the Hall near Ashoner. According to police, a woman in a white Durango and a woman in a red Jeep were both driving aggressively. When the Durango pulled into a lot, the Jeep followed. During an argument between the 3 women, police say the driver of the Durango, who was a licensed CPL holder, opened fire on the mom and her daughter. The mother has non-life-threatening injuries. However, the daughter is listed in critical condition. Members of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services answered questions about abuse